Hi, thank you for joining this webinar. My name is Frank Valkenburg. I'm the LR Product Manager at Equinox MHA, and I will be your host for this webinar.
And I'm Peter Voet, the Sales Manager, and I will be your co-host today.
Yeah, so a short introduction about Equinox. We are a logistic warehouse system integrator, and over the past 30 years, we installed over 200 systems around the globe. We develop our own software, that is WMS, WCS, and the low-level controls. And we also develop our own sorters. Now, sorters in general, they have a high level of customization. With the sorter behind us, the LR sorter, we made completely out of standard modules. Making the sorter standardized reduces the amount of cost, but also the amount of time, installation time and development time. Throughout this webinar, we hope to give you the opportunity to learn as much as possible about the machine. We will go over the specs, we will go over the benefits, and of course, a demo that will be performed by my colleague, Peter. But first, we want to start with an introduction movie of JHernando. JHernando, they will do the installation of the machine at Sending, a retail company you might watch as well. Great that the LR can be installed at your company. Let's have a look at the movie.
I am JHernando. I am the CEO of the company JHernando. JHernando, our company is located in Spain and it is currently run by three brothers, myself, Jose and Jesus Hernando. Our company was created in 1966, so a little bit more than 50 years now. And we are specialized and very well known in the manufacturing, integration of material handling equipment. We have executed successful projects in distribution, parcel, e-commerce and logistics in general. Our collaboration with Equinox started in 2018 with the installation of a sorter for GLS in Madrid, and then we became an official LR sorter distributor for Spain and Portugal. In August 2020, we sold them an LR sorter with auto-infit and 84 exits, with a mix of chutes, bags and trolleys as exit mediums for them. This is currently being installed in-house at the Equinox facility in the Netherlands. Sending is a very well-known Spanish 3PL company and is especially known for its innovation and reliability within transport, logistics and e-commerce. As the amount of parcels handled by them within their warehouse increased drastically, they needed to upscale their automation. Sending required a sorter for their small parcels up to 5 kilos that was capable of handling up to 8,000 items per hour. We recommended them the sorter because it matched the requirements and because of the fast delivery, high quality and competitive pricing. After it will be dismantled in the Netherlands, it will be shipped to Coslada, Madrid for the installation. And we are looking forward for install the sorter at the customer site.
So let's go over the benefits of the LR. As mentioned, the LR exists out of standard blocks. They can be clicked together easy, like Lego blocks, so they become your perfect layout. Now we can sort up to 8,000 items per hour with this LR sorter. You can sort a large variety of items, such as cartons, such as poly bags, such as letters, such as even small business cards. This makes the sorter a real all-rounder that is suitable for retail, and also postal companies. Now the reason we sort these small items is because we use trays. These trays have flaps on each side, so the item will stay in. While sorting, the tray flips to one side, so it's diagonal, and when it reaches its exit, then the flap opens and the item will slide out gently. Because of this sliding feature, we can also sort very fragile items. This is not the case with a bomb-based system or a pusher tray technique, where the items have to endure the impact of the push or the free fall. Now, each module is exactly 2 meters, so they fit perfectly inside a truck or a container, reducing also shipping cost. The concept of the LR is that we reduce as many components and as many variations as possible. This is reflected in the bolt. We use just one bolt, the Link Easy bolt, to mount the entire frame. This way we reduce the amount of spare parts and we can be much quicker install the machine. Machine can be installed within 1 week. Expansion of the machine can take place within 3 days. We have a movie about how to disassemble a module and how to easily push it towards the loading dock. And of course, when it arrives at your facility, we can push it to the location in your warehouse and rebuild it. Okay, so not only do we try to include the latest innovation in the sorter, but also the elements around the sorter. Last week, a good example is a test we performed with TNO. That's the Dutch Research Institute for Science. We did some tests with smart glasses and with a HoloLens. So the operators, maintenance engineers, they could have their hands free while the screen is projected in air, and they are guided by 3D operation how to execute a repair or maintenance while their hands are free. They can swipe through the manual by moving them in the air. So, for the benefits, let's go over to the demo. Peter, can I ask you to join and to perform the demo?
Yes, we will perform the demo over here, and this sorter will be shipped to Spain this week. So let's have a start over here. In Spain, Hernando delivers the put-on belt, and over here we start with the items going onto the automatic induction belt. The incline is 12 degrees, and we can induct 8,000 items per hour. As you can see, there is a large variety of items. This sorter is especially designed for the big Chinese flow of Alibaba packages, like items packed in black foil. It could be fashion in poly bags. It could be shoe boxes, small boxes, large boxes, strange shapes. Also very small items like cosmetics can be inducted on this sorter. And after the 12 degrees incline, we arrive at the set of correction belts. Correction belts are located over here. They can correct the distance of the items to the correct tray pitch. And then we induct them on the switch over here. The switch will go to the left and to the right with 8,000 per hour. And we can do that based on the barcode which we scan. And then we know if it should be on the left or to the right. The control cabinet has a large white screen. It's all touch-based and easy to enter for maintenance over here. The servo switch is fully electric. We don't need any air or pneumatics. And here you see in detail how the switch will move, if you can see it, because it's quite fast, 8,000 per hour, fully servo controlled. After the switch, the tray is set to the left or to the right, and then we can discharge the items into bags or roller containers or pallet boxes, or we can have stations with bags or cartons. We can use this as a buffer. So first all the items of an order are buffered, and then the operator can pack them over into the tote, or you can choose to open it, and now the items will flow directly into the carton or the bag or the bin. All the modules are 2 meters. Over here you see the strip where we can put the Put-to-Light modules. It could be full color button, single color button. or we also could provide you with digits to show how many items you are expecting for this order, or the destination. You can represent everything on the digital display. We also have the possibility of full signaling. Then we mount a sensor over here to detect the height of the bin. We could do a 3/4, a full, and we also have a safety sensor over here. And if we block something on this, then we will stop the sorter to prevent problems due to a build-up over there. Okay, so now we walk along the sorter. This sorter is 50 meters long and has 68 stations. And it just fits in the building over here. We try to build the sorters completely as a full build. And then we can pre-check if everything functions. All the modules are connected with plugs, and it's very easy to dismantle the system over here. So if we are going to ship it this week, then we will dismantle all the modules in pieces of 6 meters, ship them into the truck as you have seen on the video before, and then we transport it, and in 1 week we can install the sorter and make it fully functional. Over here we arrived at the drive. The drive is a 3 kilowatt motor, and the trays are set horizontal over here. That was the mic. The trays are set horizontal, and they will rotate around the curve again and go back all the way back to the entrance of the machine. Here you will see a zoom of the drive section. Now, in case items were not sorted, they will end up here at the bin. It normally won't happen, but you are able to open the bin and then take out the items there, the so-called rejects. And if you open that gate, then the sorter will stop. So it's possible to make a return conveyor, a takeaway conveyor in the center of the machine, or you can place 2 of them along the machine. So let's walk back to the beginning of the machine, 50-meter walk. And by the way, this is the e-stop. So if you pull this cord, then the machine will stop. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, and then we will try to answer them immediately or later on after the show. And Equinox or Hernando can answer them for you. You also can type the questions in the chat box, and then we will see it on screen over here. So we hope this gave a good impression of the machine, and we hope to see you soon in reality after the COVID. Hope everybody stays healthy, and thank you for watching the show. Do we have any questions already, Danny? Yeah, in the meantime, we can discuss some user cases that will be done by Frank. Frank, I'll hand over the mic, and then you can do some user cases.
Yes, thank you very much, Peter. Hope the demo was clear. You could see everything well. Let's go over the user cases of the LR sorter. Now, the LR, about 1.5 years ago, we introduced the first ready-to-market module sorter. And the sorter you see here, that's already number 6 we have built. And once this sorter is completed, then we start building right away number 7, which is meant for a Turkish clothing company called Bear Magazacili. Now, this company is located in Izmir. It will be the second LR that's going to be installed at the Izmir region. It will be installed by our Turkish distributor, Loademaster. Now, the first LR sorter was installed at Harteveld. Harteveld is a Dutch company that provides services to the textile industry. they like to innovate, so they said we want to be the first company that installs this modular LR sorter. Now they use the sorter for two purposes. One is the inbound process, and the second one is the outbound process. For the inbound process, they sort unpacked clothing. The clothing will be manual inducted onto the sorter, and they will be sorted to chutes, 2-meter chutes. At the end of the chute, there is a crate. The items will drop into the crate, and the crate will be positioned onto a takeaway conveyor belt underneath the LR. Depending on the length of the chute, there could be a takeaway conveyor at the one takeaway line at the center below the LR sorter, or two takeaway conveyors around the LR sorter, like you can see at Hartenveld. The outbound process, they will pick items from the warehouse and they ship the items to their location. Now, before the operator starts, they can easily decide whether to start with the outbound process or the inbound process. The reason why Hartenveld chose the sorter was because they want to be innovative, and it resulted for them in a much more efficient operation, less time, and also it saved them warehouse space. Second user case is Ingram Micro. Ingram Micro is a 3PL company. They provide services for bol.com, and bol.com is the largest e-com retailer in the Netherlands. They use the sorter for inbound, and they sort all kinds of goods such as keyboards, such as toys, such as DVDs, such as books. And the reason why they purchased LR is because they used to have an old slide tray sorter that needed to be relocated, and it needed to be upgraded. Now, the relocation would have taken 3 weeks and would have been just before peak season. Only the downtime alone for these 3 weeks, they were able to invest in a brand new LR sorter. Now, the LR is a bit smaller they now have than their old sorter, but also way more efficient. What they tell us is that one of the main reasons they chose the LR was because of the installation time. They required a machine within 4 months. We were able to install the machine well within that time. Yeah, we have more user cases. You can look at them on the website. Well, so far the user cases. Danny, are there any questions?
Is it possible to use it for packages of medicine, pharmaceuticals?
Yes, definitely, that's possible. But we have customers also in those industries. Not yet with the LR, but with the slide tray sorter. But the LR could definitely sort those. Good. Yeah. Good question. Thanks. Oh, one more? Yeah, of course. Go ahead. Yeah. Capacity. Well, the machine runs at 8,000 trays per hour. That is if we have a chute pitch of 857 millimeters, which is the case with this machine. If we go to a larger chute pitch, 667, then we run at 6,000 trays per hour. But we can fit more exit in one module. So let's say the max is 8,000 trays per hour.
How many operators would you need to run 8,000 per hour? This 8,000 per hour, we recommend like 6 inductors. But if you use a single laser, you could go down to 2 operators approximately, 1 to 2 for 8,000 per hour. So please, if you would like this, then we can propose you a single laser, or we can propose the manual infeed on pocket belt. So with a single laser 2, and without the single laser, you would need up to 6 operators for 8,000. And then there was a question on the power consumption. The power consumption, there's a 4 kilowatt motor, a 4 kilowatt drive. We need a little bit of power for the...
This drive is 3 kilowatts with all the additional...
Exactly, so 3 kilowatts for the drive plus 1 kilowatt for the rest. Eh? And then the consumption is normally like 70% of that. So it's not that big, it's like a big coffee machine. Okay, Danny. The noise level is below 76 dB, 76 dB on 1 meter distance, so dBA.
Another question is, what is the maximum number of trays?
Yeah, the maximum number of trays is actually the limitation is normally the building. We can make this machine as long as you want. There is no limitation. So normally the walls in your building are the limitation for the length of the machine.
One last question. People that still want to ask questions, feel free to put in the chat. But for now, we have one last question. Which are the tray dimensions?
The tray dimensions are 720 by 500 millimeters, and the maximum item which you can put in is 600 by 400, the footprint, and then the height from 2 mil up to 400 millimeters. Hi, yes, we get the question here how we can adapt this sorter in an e-commerce environment. Well, that's a good question. You could use it for two things. You could use it for return orders. So 30% of what's shipped out in the e-commerce is also returned. In some countries it's a little bit less, some countries a little bit more. And then you could use the sorter to sort the returns to SKU clusters. And then you could do a second step sorting for the SKU sorting to sort it back to SKU level. And also for inbound, you could use it as an inbound check. Normally the purchase orders are received and you would like to know if the supplier really sent out the good stuff. And you could sort everything to clusters again, to purchase order level clusters. And this is what they do at Ingram Micro for an e-commerce environment. And of course, last but not least, you can use it as the sorter for orders. Now, normally in e-commerce, you have a lot of orders, 20,000 orders per day. To build a sorter with 20,000 stations, that would be nice to do, but it's a little bit long. So what we normally do is we sort in batches. You could sort for 100 orders at a time. And then each station will have one order. Now, if you would like to increase the batch size, it's also possible to do a group of orders in one shoot. So let's say 10 orders in one shoot. Normally one order is 2.3 items, so then you have 23 items in a shoot. And now you need to do the final distribution of these orders, of these 10 orders. You could use put a light over there. Or you could use also a scanner station, and then you scan the item. A light will burn where you need to put it. So you would have a pigeonhole cabinet. And then you do the final distribution. In the meantime, at the other side, you can burn lights where the orders are ready to be packed up. And then you can pack them for shipping. And what we also see lately are a lot of packaging lines for e-commerce. So automated packing for cartons, automated packing for poly bags. And then these packed items could be sent to a shipping sorter, and you could use the LR as a shipping sorter again. So you first have the sorter for orders and for returns and for inbound, and then you could have a second sorter for shipping. Or you could reuse the same sorter. It depends on the amount of orders per day and your the number of pieces you need to sort per day.
Top loaders.
Yeah, top loaders. Top loading, we are using the infeed as a top load system. So it will say that we induct the items from the top. And we can do that because there is no recirculation on this sorter. So you don't have the problem of recirculating items. Now, in sorters, we generally have two ways of inducting, from the top or from the side. We also have the side available, but not for the LR. The LR, you can just do the top feeding, which is more convenient because you're already in the same way of travel of direction. So in our other sorters, we have the side feeders available so that you can allow bypassing items from other induction areas.
Yeah, we came to the end of the webinar. Thank you very much for watching. Like Peter said, if you have any questions, you can send them to us. You will also see a slide now of our distributors. They are located in Europe. You can reach out to them. If you are a distributor, but not an LR distributor yet, and you want to become an LR distributor, and the country is not there on that slide, then feel free to approach us as well. We will record the webinar and we will send it to you later this week, by the end of this week. So thank you very much for watching, and it was great to have you. Bye.
Bye.